This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Welcome to another episode of Random Ish with Sanja. How you doing?
Hi.
Of course, we have our lovely, wonderful co-host, Miss Chanel.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Oh my goodness. I feel
What's
like it's been so long since we've seen each other, at least
I
for
know.
here. Like, we be hanging out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we see each other. But, I mean, as far as, like, on random, we haven't gotten together because it's like, listen, to be honest, let me tell you what it is, okay? I was feeling like we shouldn't be promoting the fact that we're, like, hanging out when we're supposed to be at home.
Yeah, exactly. Then people are gonna start talking shit.
You know what I mean?
We're dirty. We're not, 6 feet apart.
So it was kind
We're
of one of those things that instead of doing the show, which I find what was more important anyway, is for us to hang out and spend some like quality time together because, right? Like, because
we got more time.
Yeah.
We got more time.
The Rona made us realize that friendships and family and just all
Take
of that.
time to enjoy it and appreciate it.
Right.
Because before this, we will see each other like once in the blue moon.
Dude.
Like months later.
Seriously.
And now we can like hang out.
Yeah.
Because we're unemployed, we're on unemployment, but
we got time.
hey, we got time.
We got nothing but time.
Right.
But we are beginning to reopen now. It's kind of
June 20th.
which I've kind of like. So here's what's so funny, right? Of course, because But I was like, I just want to be open before my birthday, you know. And we are going to be. Right? But I'm kind of like tripping because I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I'm not really,
Can I say something?
girl, yes.
I don't, you see, that's like a trap right there. You can open up and that's cool and all, but I already, people ask me, are you going to come out, when things open? No, I'm going to watch you guys go out on Instagram. And then if you guys die, I know not to go.
Speak on it.
So you guys are going to just let me know how it goes.
Speak on it.
And then if you don't die, then hey, I'll meet you like on this date. Yeah. With my mask on, but I'll come.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like it's the same thing. When this whole thing first started, it was kind of like, okay, we're going to get through this and it's going to be, we're going to lick this thing, basically. And I just feel like it was completely mishandled. So many unbelievable flops along the way.
It could have been prevented.
It
could have been prevented.
It's crazy because, you read all of these articles and you hear that basically our president took away these different organizations that were literally put in place to prevent things such as this from, like, happening the way that it did. But,
he could have closed the border too, like earlier, but he thought that it was just gonna go away magically.
And and I feel like when that sentiment, right? I feel like is like what puts the hoo 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 ha 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 into like law of attraction thinking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like it's like you could just wish things away and it's just going to go away. And it's like, dude, that's not even what it's about. Like, it's really not. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. Like, you're giving things a bad name, bro. Like, I know that he's not a law of attraction person, but at the same time, people have referred to him as that because it's like unreal how he's gotten the power that he's gotten. And it's like, you could really only explain that like through
this
some
world
of these
is
laws.
just, I don't know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't know. It's just a lot. And then with everything, like, I feel like people are not forgetting the coronavirus is existing.
Yeah.
Because of all the protests that's going on, sadly because of...
Well, the George Floyd is just... He's like a long list of people that have been held down. Like, it's just kind of like crazy how long this systematic racism has been able to be enforced. And like, even when you have these movements and you start to see some kind of change, but then it's really like not change. This whole he's like the straw that broke the camel's back. You know what I mean? Because there's so many Breonna Taylor, like the fact that they like, and what's crazy is I'm afraid that in her case, you know, they will be punished. Hopefully they will be charged and like actually convicted.
Yeah.
But it's like, if they're able to say that they have like a no knock warrant, like what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like,
some change has to happen though, you know, for humanity, and you know, it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change right away. It really isn't.
But don't you feel like right now is something different is going on? Because like seriously, the whole world, like it's not even America anymore. Like there's like the Netherlands, Paris, you know.
Everything feels different.
It does, doesn't it?
And it's not like a good different for me.
No, I actually do feel positive.
Yes
I'm
and no.
beginning to feel very positive.
Yes and no.
So what is it that you're?
The yes, because you get to like appreciate everything around you and live in the moment, which I do, and I learned to do in the way, because in the beginning it was hard.
Right.
But then like the only bad thing is just sometimes it just messes with my head. Like I just miss. Yeah. I miss how things used to be. Yeah. And it gives me anxiety. I don't want to get PTSD.
Well, you know, that's the thing, is it's kind of like, so September 11th happened, and that was...
I remember that.
Something that was just kind of like, you know, a catastrophe that everybody, you know, remembered. And it's not... I don't know if people are going to necessarily remember where you were when you saw the video of George Floyd being murdered, but you definitely remember seeing the video. You know what I mean? And I remember that, you know, as many things that have happened over the years, I've never cried at something. Like even when I was a kid, Rodney King, I think I cried at that one, because I grew up in California, and I remember when it was happening, I was like, I wanted to go to LA and, you know, and go riot too, because I was like, what the fuck? You know, how could they beat it? You know what I mean? Mind blowing to me. And it just seems to be, how the fuck was I a 14-year-old and now I'm in my 40s and we're still dealing with the same shit? Like,
there's no change.
That's bullshit. You know what I mean?
And I feel like now it's okay to just do it. Mm-hmm. Like it's becoming a normal thing.
Well, thank God not anymore. You know, I feel like right now it's the straw that broke the camel's back, because this was like the breaking point, because like enough is enough, you know. Enough is enough. That guy is dead for no reason. For a counterfeit $20 bill? Exactly. What the fuck? Like seriously? Let it be a white person, and it's just like, oh, okay, never mind. It's just okay. Or it, like, just in general, and it didn't have to be him. It could have been what if it were me, or like my brother, because of our skin color. Yeah, and it's, you just know, like that's just sad. It's how do you justify, even if somebody is trying to get away or resisting? It didn't look like he was really resisting that much. But even if somebody is resisting, that's not a way justify? For you to. Why do you mean? That's not the way for you to do it. You're not there to abuse. Aren't like police officers meant to be seen as heroes, like someone people, like kids can come up to? Right. But no, they make it, you know, for them to be scared and not be trusted. Because now I don't trust the police in general. Well, the system's fucked up. The system is way fucked up. All especially the cops, for like victims. Not all the cops, but majority but mostly a lot of assholes. And I don't even necessarily agree with the statement that all of them are assholes or that a lot of them are assholes. I feel like, you know, you have a dangerous job. You're going out and you're dealing with people who are in rough situations. But, you know, the thing is that I think it's important to understand that the reason why people are living this way is because it was never made easy for them to get a regular job and live the American dream. And what do you expect people to do? We are still human, and every human being, their whole point of living, right, is survival. So therefore, you're going to do what you need to do in order to survive and feed your family. Right. And so if that is that you start a business by, you know, providing vices to your friends and people in your neighborhood, then that's what people have chosen to do, because you're not giving them an opportunity to make money, that same type amount of money, another way.
Right.
So for me, I feel like it's more than just even just this incident of police brutality. I feel like it's important that we are talking about the real issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because like the fucking looting.
Yeah, that's really people really are misunderstanding the definition of looting and protesting and getting their point across. Like,
exactly.
Those type of people are very ignorant. Protesting is one thing because you're standing up for what you believe, and what's right is right. But what's wrong is wrong too. As looters, like, people are very ignorant, and these are like younger people, and even some parents or whatever. Like, you're destroying our communities in urban places where they have nothing to do with it. And these are places where our parents grew up in, and the Bronx is starting to look like the 1980s, like really
That's
ratchet
crazy.
and ugly. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
And people are stealing it for what? For you to go to jail. To go to jail for destroying what? And it's fucked up because, we already come from poverty. We're a community where there's a lot of minorities. There's a lot of diversity, and there's, wealth or what, so destroying that instead of coming together, it's heartbreaking, because a lot of people were upset, actually. A lot of people were upset that they destroyed all of that, especially Fordham Road.
It's because the thing is just kind of like, it's understandable. Here's my thing, is that I have an understanding that in the United States, and apparently the way that the world works, is that violence has always been more of a attention getter for some stupid reason. I know. And it's just like I've been saying on like so many different posts and
it
on
takes
Twitter
for you
and
to
everything.
become a monster for people to be like, oh shit, like they're not playing. Like,
this dude was kneeling. He was kneeling during the national anthem and was trying to make a point, and people were calling him like a thug and saying that it was about the flag and and like misconstruing the point instead of listening to his peaceful protest, and what he was trying to get the point across. And instead they turned it into all this other kind of crazy stuff, and in fact I feel like things got more explosive, which is just what I mean by explosive is I mean like that the cops and people of who are hateful, feel like they got more loud, you know what I mean? Like they got more bad, more like who gives a fuck, with their shit, And I feel like even when people try to step up, like Jay-Z, people tear, oh my God, like we have this like crazy crab syndrome where people are tearing him down.
Yeah.
And I feel like, now I could be wrong, but I feel like misconstruing what he's saying, like when he's saying past kneeling, I don't feel like he's throwing Colin Kaepernick underneath the bus. I feel like he's trying to say, we're past kneeling. We're no longer going to do a peaceful sit here and kneel in front of you. Like, we still might do a peaceful protest, but we passed that now. Now we need changes to happen.
Yeah.
Which would be why he was hired.
Yeah.
Isn't that past kneeling? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like sometimes some of our commentators in our like hip hop, they just want to like make some noise. Sometimes I feel like people just want to make news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They want to make themselves, that's how, get themselves clout.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like, so you on purpose misconstrue somebody's words, you know what I mean? So that you can get people all riled up and stuff.
riled up and stuff.
And that's probably exactly what happens, on site with the rioters and the looters. Because I mean, the protest that I went to was peaceful, and I feel like we got our point across. But of course, that's not what's happening across.
But what did George Clooney say?
So what's interesting is that he wrote an article. He wrote an essay. Now I was literally at a protest and I was saying, you know, she was like, I hope it doesn't get violent. And I was like, girl, please, this is Connecticut. We bougie. We ain't doing that shit. But I heard that they did get a little bit of rowdiness and a little bit in Connecticut. But here,
really?
do your, you gotta open the phone. See, realize that recording with the phone, got to use her phone, right? Hello. All right, so George Clooney actually is calling for some lasting change. And he wrote such a beautiful essay. I felt like it was like such a heartwarming, you know. So he's, you know, America's greatest pandemic is the anti-black racism. His opening statement is, there is little doubt that George Floyd was murdered, writes George Clooney. This is our pandemic and affects all of us. And in 400 years, we've yet to find a vaccine. Unbelievable type of thing. People are asking, you know, is it 1992? Is it 1968? You know, the riots that have happened before have taken place. I was in high school when the riots with Rodney King happened, and I was actually living in California.
I was born yet, probably.
Well, there you go.
I probably don't. But then I learned about it when I got older. But I think it was a baby, right? No.
I'm a fucking living legend. How about that? Living fucking history. How about that? That's how hilarious.
Oh my God.
Well, see, this is why I want her to be the co-host. This is exactly why I asked you, because I want to have the different generations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Point of view.
But I grew up with like
because
Biggie,
we're the same. But here's because that's what I'm
Daddy,
saying. What I've always said.
TLC.
I feel like our generations, like the 40 to 20s, is very merged. You know what I mean? Unlike, you know, where with my parents growing up, like it was such a difference, like the music that you listened to, and everything was so different. The way you dressed, the way you looked was just everything was so different.
I love their music. I
some
love
of the
their music.
Is great. The 70s and 80s music.
I listen to everything. I'm a music goddess. Love it.
So getting back to, hold on a second. Okay, so George says the anger and the frustration that we see playing out once again in our streets is just a reminder how little we've grown as a country from our original sin of slavery. And it's just very, very also well documented iniquity. You know what I mean? Every joint in the skeleton of our criminal justice system is greased by racial discrimination compared to white people who committed the same crime and who have similar criminal histories. Black people and other people of color are arrested more often. They're charged more harshly, given higher bails, often worse plea deals, and they're handed longer prison sentences, and their probation is often revoked. And, you know, it was just, I feel like just a really, the man came out. Like, he came out for us. Like,
I can't believe he's an activist. Like, what is it, a human activist?
Yes.
And he's an actor. Like, that's just so sexy.
And he's so
He's
sexy.
Fucking sexy. That makes me want to, like...
Give him some, like,
just
you know what I mean? Like,
twerk on
Amal,
him.
like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not even trying to be disrespectful.
That's very, seriously,
like,
but he's, for real.
It's just that
he got the
like,
brains.
He just...
I didn't even know he was a humans activist, so that's cool.
And the wife that he married, the lady that he married, she's the lawyer. So
yeah.
loving him,
that's
that makes
crazy.
him... See, and that makes him even hotter, that he didn't marry some Hollywood starlet.
I know.
You know? Like,
so, like...
Yeah, like
seriously.
I
need me him.
Yeah, we need some George.
Georgie.
Yeah, and oh my God, so I've been seeing like some of the old things, some of the old shows that he has played on, as guest starred on. Like, yeah, he's been hot for a long time.
Oh my God, it's just
very, very long time. Very, very long time.
It's a little weird because my uncle kind of resembles him, so I think about my uncle too. Like we call him George Clooney playing around.
Oh, stop it! Well, that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
That really doesn't work.
So it's kind of like, okay, I'm trying to picture him, but I see my uncle's face like, ew, no, we call him George Clooney, and he gets all gassed up, like.
Well, you know, it definitely is a compliment, but yeah, that definitely doesn't work for you.
Yeah, you know, George Clooney, yeah, he's cute. Yeah.
No, he's definitely a good looking
He's
guy.
sexy.
But, you know, it's really cool that he is like a human rights activist, and he's all about the human rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, I feel like...
Very well spoken.
Even though everything that we're talking about is about the police brutality, I do feel like that we have to also make sure that that conversation comes around about human rights. Because I feel like what people are forgetting to acknowledge is that there are classes of people who have been taught that people of color are of a lower class or that are not human, that we're animals. And so Black Lives Matter is something that is very important, that we continue to say, but it's also very important that we say human rights as well, because
we work hard just as hard as them, as same as white people. We work just as hard. Yes, we work harder because we don't have the opportunity. We have to struggle and get there to get what we want and get comfortable by the way we live. So for us, like, I feel like we deserve more, but equality, equality. Yeah,
it's just equality.
Like I'm meaning like deserve more as more respect. Like,
yeah, because you always have had to take on jokes and take on people's saying, and you know what I mean, and literally have had to change your way of being in order to continue to work.
Right.
And I'm just glad that I feel like it's 2020 and things are changing, and we are all having a better understanding that it's about human rights. We're all human beings. We're all here on this planet Earth. Everybody matters, but right now it's very important that people understand that Black Lives Matter, and that it is something that, everybody, if you're a loving, caring, understanding person who understands that we've been, whether you want to believe in evolution or you believe in creation, still means that we're coming from the same goddamn place.
We bleed the same. We hurt the same. Everything. We're all gonna die one day. So it's like, just get it together and fucking work together. It's not that serious. There's more crazier shit going on around the world.
Like coronavirus.
Coronavirus. It's not even like if you get HIV no more. It's not even you got chlamydia. It's you got the Rona.
You breathe on each other.
Oh, you got the antibodies. Like, that's not cool. This decade got stupid.
This is you know what, I feel like this is the time, because so what's crazy is that I've been doing all of this like studying and blah 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 for years, right? And so in some of my journals, but I forgot that 2019 was in my journals of when the change was going to start. There would be a transfer happening, and I just was laughing to myself because it dawned on me the other day. I was like, oh my God, that's right. And I was like, and everything that's happening, I was like, this shit actually makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? So I personally do think that we're going to be going to better times. I think that it's going to be an awakening for people.
Just remain positive. And
exactly.
This is a time where you can really like release a lot of stress and really have time to yourself and think. And
I've been enjoying it. It's been great.
It's tough sometimes because of my daughter. Like, I love her very much, and the thing is, she's gotten even more attached to me. Mm-hmm. So when I want to have alone time, I have to make sure she knows, like, I want to meditate, I want to that, because it could be a little stressful juggle, trying to back and forth, and trying to also have a life, and then trying to make sure she has fun because of the freaking Rona.
Yeah, you got to do but stay in the house, watch TV, play some games.
But I really have been trying to learn how to, like, get to know myself more, meditate more, try to exercise more, and try not to be always so, like fight back. If I like, not waste my time to argue.
Yeah, and there's really no point of it sometimes. I feel like it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But speaking of going back and forth, I've been going back and forth inside of myself with this whole, like, because I've been talking about it for months. I'm going to get out there. 2020 gonna be my year.
Okay.
I'm getting out there. You know what I mean? And so what had happened was, I had this little incident. I was at Walmart, okay, getting like nail polish remover or something. And this guy comes up to me and is like standing next to me or something. And I was kind of like, and he's staring at me. I'm like,
friend zone.
Can you help me? Like, I was like, can you help? I said, can you help me? I said, can I help you? He was like, I thought that you're cute. Take off your mask.
Why?
And I was like,
Let me see your mask. Take down your mask.
That's exactly what I said.
Take down your mask, so I won't waste my see if you're cute or not, and then I'll tell you if I'll take it off.
Let me see your face too. And I straight up told him, I was like, I'm so putting this on my podcast because it was just hilarious to me. Because I'm like, how are we going to date now? You know what I mean? Like,
do you date with a mask?
How you dating now? Like,
Wait, do you kiss with a mask? Do you like, I don't know, do you eat out with a mask? Do you suck it with a mask? Make a hole in it? Like do you just try to avoid the sex and just flirt through the phone and just be flirt friends? Because what if you got the Rona or...
Oh God. Well, see, that's what's so funny, Rose. I just saw the other day a meme that's the Corona zone, right? And that's when you've only been talking to somebody right now because of the Rona, and flirting, and because quarantine is now being lifted in majority of the states. Well, that's the Rona zone. They're like, so now you're being ghosted because it was just a flirtatious thing.
Okay, get it. Rona. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You were just a one-time thing. Like,
it was just during, it was just a phone thing. So, I
still wouldn't trust it.
I want to be adventurous and get on the apps. I've tried Match.com before.
Same.
And I actually did meet a really great guy. Like,
stories.
He was like dope. And and then the other people, I talked to quite a few people and never did meet them just because they like
really
weirded me out, like, before.
It's scary. You have to be careful with that but it's weird because you have to really pay for this bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of am like against that.
But I guess I understand why it's matched up. Like, they advertise it, and it. You know what? I met I think I met 3 guys, and the cop is one of them.
Oh, really?
The cop that I talked
to, right?
He's one of them, and. I made sure I met him in the city, in public.
Right.
And it was actually fun. And then I met another dude, but we met around my hometown by Washington Heights. And it so happens we knew somebody in common. He brought her on the date with us. On the
first... was a girl? It was a girl? He brought a girl?
A girl. For that, you should have let me know so I could bring my best friend dude. How the fuck? So when I saw her, we were kind of, looking at each other wait, you look familiar. Me and him, we spoke, and then the time we met, that was the last time we ever,
that was
we didn't have sex either. But, whatever. And then, wait, I feel like I met one more person. Yes, I did. And that's the one that's I see him as a brother now.
Oh, okay.
I met him,
so
and
no
I thought it was
ha-cha-cha. No,
he likes me and everything, but I don't see him that. Oh my God, I feel bad.
You gotta have the too. You gotta have that. You gotta have that, that thing that makes you feel
I know, but the point is Match.com was kind of scary but fun because it gets you started. It asks you what type of guy you like.
Okay.
How tall.
Oh, okay. It gets specific like that. I don't even remember getting. Oh wait, yes.
And you post a picture of.
And and for me, I don't know. It's even though I could talk here and have conversation here with you, right? But it's to talk about myself and to sell myself and why you should date me is that always trips me up to freaking do the profile to be oh, I'm so great, and you know what I mean. And
what's your name? What brings you here on this app? I remember they used to ask you, and I'm in my head, I just want to be nosy.
I'm just looking to go out on a couple of dates and shit, you know what I'm saying? But they said that right now during the Rona and shit, actually, the Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge.
Tinder, of course, because it's free and it's more sexual.
Okay, so Tinder is a DTF app, right?
Yeah, that's a fuck. I know people that met there. But some of them end up falling in love.
Well, I was about to say, because sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
after you do it, you know what I'm saying, for a while, this shit is good. I mean, if it's good. It's hard to find a good sex partner, I feel like.
I don't even want to.
We can't even,
I don't even want.
I know. We're so I guess, But anyway, basically all of the freaking apps are seeing a huge increase. Bumble is seeing from March 20.
What's Bumble?
So Bumble is another app. I think Bumble is the one with the girls initiate. So instead of guys coming on to you, it's more of the girls initiate the conversation.
Wow.
And they saw a 21% increase in their users. So that is, and then Match is now doing they're doing a free video thing.
Oh my God.
So now you can, and then of course Zoom,
yeah, because if
Google
you,
Hangouts.
oh yeah, Zoom. I
House
know
Party.
that. I have House Party
Do
and
you?
Zoom.
Yeah, so I have the Zoom, but I don't have House Party.
I
But
have
so
House
apparently
Party.
everybody is getting on with the
Oh
whole,
my
and now they're
God,
even
see?
talking about doing digital dates. So
Come on.
I'm just like,
What do you mean?
I feel like the guy who came and asked me for my phone number in the store with the asking him, I feel like that was still like a braver thing, and I feel like I would still almost would rather still meet like that than the apps, just because for
Yeah.
me, I'm a little like
That's better.
suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you're on one app, then aren't you going to be on 10 other apps?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can't trust these
You can't
men.
trust these hoes.
You can't trust these little boys.
And they hoes, man. Go ahead and say it. They hoes.
Hoes, bitch.
Men
hoes.
can be hoes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What?
For sure.
What? Captain Save a Hoe is not
For
always a
fucking
man.
sure.
What? Captain Save a Hoe is not
Again,
always a man.
look at you.
I'm just saying. I know. You know what I mean? Well, you know, that's because we're getting a little tired and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know what else I was thinking about too is during this Rona, like the dating. So now, of course, dating. The thing that I was laughing about, and I didn't even like mean it like that. But at the beginning of this, I was thinking, how many couples are going to split? Like, how many people are not going to fucking make it? Because now they got to actually be around each other, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like if you really love somebody and that's somebody you want to spend your life with, you guys can work it out. Obviously,
Right.
you guys are gonna go through it. That's normal. Couples
Right.
fight, and it's gonna be a little bad and different because of the quarantine. But if you're strong enough to like hold each other down, y'all can fight through it.
Right?
You know, y'all can fight through and get through it. If you don't want to work on it, you're really just really giving up, and that's because that's.
But at the same time, girl, you know that people be getting together for the wrong reasons, you know? Like, so let's get into the juicy juice. So here's some, I didn't mean to sound so excited like
No.
that. Right? I just sounded excited about people's heartache.
You're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
No.
Okay?
You're fine.
I don't even know Colton Underwood and Cassie Randolph. I think they're from The Bachelor. Okay, and by the way, Bachelor, we see you on how you never have any black people on your show. You need to go ahead and get a little bit of diversity with your freaking Bachelor.
Some booty.
Okay, I'm just saying. You've had
Some
one
booty.
Bachelorette who was a sister.
Some boobs.
We appreciated that. Boobs, booty, you know what I mean? A little bit of tummy. You know, I'm just saying, you know, but we definitely want to see
girls.
some nice thick girls
thick.
and some good looking guys.
No, we really are thick. Like, you know, thick
You
girls.
know, we need to see that. We need to start
Yeah.
seeing some diversity, Bachelor. That makes no sense how you've been running so long. Julianne Hough and Brooks Latch. Julianne Hough is the dancer chick from Dances with the Stars.
Oh, okay.
Scott Disick and Sophia Richie.
Heard about that one.
Okay.
I knew that wasn't gonna last.
No,
She's
I'm just
very
saying
young.
she's young. Well, listen. We ain't trying to start nothing. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. But I want Scott and Courtney to get back together. I'm just saying.
They've been through a lot.
They've been through a lot
together.
They both lost their spice since they got apart. Like Scott lost his spice, Courtney lost her spice.
They don't end up in like successful relationships
because they need to be together. I feel like they needed to break up.
They needed to grow up and shit.
And they needed to grow up, go through some shit. You know what I mean? And hopefully maybe now they get back together. I think so.
I think he loves her.
They're very cute together. I like their little banter. Their little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, their kids.
Yeah. Why not? Go ahead. We give you the approval. Go ahead, give it.
Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna judge you. It's 2020.
No, we're all waiting for
it.
Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. No, I thought that they already. I
never really followed.
Not that I'm following everybody's business, but okay. So Brian Austin Green. This is where I'm going to show you the generation that I'm from. 90210, okay, was the motherfucking shit. Brian Austin Green was vanilla white chocolate, okay? All right? We were like, all the black girls were like, yes. He could get it, okay?
I know about the show, but never really watched it.
Yeah, so I feel like at least he did marry a hot chick. He married Megan Fox.
Of course.
So, but I thought that they were already split up, so I'm a little, shocked about that one. Jamie King and Kyle Newman, some actors.
Oh wow! That's what
Ashley, yeah, Mary Kate Olsen.
I'm sorry, but
Oliver
like she's
Sarscozy or whatever his name is.
He's old, way older than her.
Well, listen. Well, so that's the thing. Okay, so my next conversation and questions like the I think it's called May December romances when it's an older person, younger person. Here's the thing. So guys have been dating younger girls forever.
Of
And
course.
I feel like there's not that many older women that date younger guys, but I feel like there definitely needs to be more. Because why the fuck not? You know what I mean?
Like what? How old you're talking about? Because
well, I
have
think
like
that even 20, 30 years, I think,
that
is,
much?
yeah, because
they know more, like, they're already more settled.
Well, because like I'm 42. I'm not saying that I'm going to date a 72-year-old, but I can see that it could happen. You know what I mean? If he's a very charismatic type of a person, and and is like young, you know what I mean, and he's active and he works out, and it's not like he looks like he's an older gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see that.
Like James Bond, the guy. He's
like
hot. Or Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Well, no, not Liam.
He's cute.
I don't really like Liam. Is like very scruffy for me, but I feel like Sean Connery, yes.
Yeah.
Like Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, yeah.
Are you kidding me? They could so fucking get it. Even Jean-Claude Van Damme with his old ass, he could fucking still
hot.
get it.
He was very hot, even like younger, like
girl.
Uncle Jesse from Full House.
John Stamos.
John Stamos. Yeah.
He can definitely. John can get it.
No, but you see, I would like to talk to a guy who's like 37.
Well, I mean, they may be in your everyday, but see, I mean, I'm open. I'm just, for me personally, I just feel like I got to be open and not open with my genders, so to speak, you know what I mean? But open with the type of person and
too bad I don't got no man around me.
Well, we trying to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
I don't know how I feel because it's like, the Rona zone. And
I know. What are we gonna do? Like, how are we supposed to meet people right now? We were talking about.
I don't know, guys. Tell me, how am I supposed to go on a date? What am I supposed to do? Do you wear a mask? But like for real, what do you do?
Yeah, I.
What if you're horny? Is the condom going to protect me from the corona?
Okay, so yes. So remember,
Spit.
did you? Okay, so she did not get to be on the episode, but when this whole thing first started going down, New York released how to have sex safely. Yes,
I didn't hear about that.
It's on my phone, so I can't show it to you now. But New York. Wait, we might be able to. You can Google it this time.
Wait,
Google New York. I think it was the New York Center of Disease Control. New York sex guidelines during the coronavirus. New York City sex guidelines during the coronavirus, and they gave you like very specific things about that
sex.
You don't want.
I'm sorry, sex.
Sex guidelines during coronavirus. Like rimming is bad, so like you want to make sure that if you're going to be rimming, it could be things clean and stuff. That you want to be doing things.
I
with
don't
the
know
rubber
how I feel about this.
Yes, girl. Yes, safer sex during COVID-19. Yeah. So,
something. I've been very
They said you can
single.
have it doesn't spread through sex, but it does spread through saliva, mucus, or breath of the people with the COVID-19.
With the breath?
Yeah, so like when they're spitting, you know what I mean?
Alright, see?
Yeah. So
we basically can't kiss, just fuck.
Well, so it's found in the semen and the feces. So, sex is not likely way that COVID-19 is spread.
You gotta be careful.
So, right. So what they're saying is only have sex with people who are close with you. Basically, they're trying to tell you, you are your safest sex partner.
Yeah.
So, right? The next safest sex partner is someone that you live with.
So if I wanted to have sex with somebody, can I can I do it with someone that lives around me? Well,
they're saying to have sex with somebody who lives with you, or you should limit your close contact, including sex with anyone outside your household. Basically, that's when they were trying to tell everybody, listen, all your little mistresses and all the other type of shit, you need to leave that shit alone. Do they have, so do they have symptoms, or have they had symptoms in the last 14 days? Yeah. People might have symptoms, but they're asymptomatic. It's possible to spread. So is fever, cough, and sore throat, shortness of breath. Talk to them about it if they've had that.
Yeah.
Ask them if they've been diagnosed. If 2 is company, then 3 or 4 is definitely a crowd. And if you usually meet your sex partners online or make a living by having
that's
sex,
gonna be a.
they're like, kind of like, don't do that. Don't have,
Don't
take
trust
a break.
that one. Don't.
Well, I appreciate
online.
them saying that. They're saying that if you're a sex worker, go online instead of meeting in person. Take your shit online. So I feel like that was really
okay.
That was like keeping it real. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what a lot of the strippers did. Remember? So did you hear about the demon time and all of that stuff that the girls were doing and the true fans? That's why Beyonce mentioned it in Savage remix.
Wait, what? Because I feel like I heard about it, but
yes. So the girls, the strippers, well, not even just the strippers, but even girls that were trying to make money because of everything that happened.
Yeah.
They started like I think it's called OnlyFans.
Oh
page.
yes, yeah. Oh my God. So now I know what you're talking. OnlyFans. So everyone is doing that. I think I know a girl that's doing it. Because she's a stripper, so now she's like doing it on the OnlyFans and. People either have sex on that. I know YouTubers who fucking have sex on it. And it be gay guys, like, for extra money. What else? You strip little by little. Like, people pay for you. People pay to be on OnlyFans.
Well, there you go.
And you see everything.
Well, there you go.
You see that's the way to make money right now.
That's
this is the Corona way.
Everybody's figuring out a new way to get about doing things,
Yeah.
So they're definitely telling you make sure that you take care. Kissing can easily pass on the virus, so try not to kiss. Basically, rimming the mouth on the anus can spread the virus.
Wait.
And it says wear a face covering or mask. Maybe it's your thing. Now this is what's hilarious. I love New York. Literally says, okay. Wear a face covering or mask. Maybe it's your thing, maybe it's not. But during COVID-19, wearing a face mask that covers your mouth, your nose is a good way and add a layer of protection during sex.
Oh my God.
Heavy breathing and panting can spread the virus further. And if you or your partner have COVID-19 and don't know it, a mask can help stop that spread. Then it says, make it a little kinky. Be creative with sexual positions and physical barriers like walls that allow sexual contact while preventing close face-to-face contact.
What do you mean walls? Like the girl holding on the wall turned around?
Meaning like, I guess like, so if she's like...
So there's really ways for you to just... Wait, what do you mean? Like,
I guess.
Do I like bend down a little bit like that?
Like, so if you're in the doorway and then you got like your ass is out and then like behind you or something.
That's because they probably already done those positions and it worked for them. So now they're telling us.
Yeah, but wait, it gets better.
What is it? Tell me.
So masturbate together. Use physical distance and face coverings.
What do we use? Gloves? Do we use gloves to masturbate? Wait, what do you do? What it says?
That's what. Well, it just says use physical distance and face coverings. So no gloves, just face coverings.
So you can even suck it.
That's right. Condoms and dental dams can reduce the contact with saliva, semen, or feces during oral and anal sex. Yep. And wash up before and after sex is more important than ever. You didn't hear about these guidelines that they came out with right when this whole thing started? Oh my God,
I tried to not listen anymore because it's driving me insane, but that's
this is
interesting.
Hilarious, right? This is great. New York keeps it so good.
It's like annoying because now I have to have a sex guide of how to have sex when I just want to have sex the way I want to have sex.
Listen.
You can never taste a dick again. Never taste a pussy. Never kiss.
I don't know about any of that.
No swapping saliva.
Yeah, I don't know about any about that. I think that
it's done.
We're human beings, and I think that we're not going for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially during the summertime.
Booty holes and pussy.
With a face mask.
With a face mask. And girls, you better find different ways to jerk your dude. I don't know what like...
Well, basically what it means is whoever you was fucking around with, you better keep on fucking with them.
Yeah.
So all these people who was breaking up during the Rona.
Oh my God.
You're fucked up now.
You gotta stick with it.
You got now. All the exes is gonna try to go back to each other.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. I think that again, I'm big in on faith and everything, and I think that we're gonna get through this.
Of course.
I know that they said they won't probably be coming out with a vaccine until next year, but I feel like
We keep fighting.
We keep fighting, and I feel like everything that's been happening with the protests and stuff like that, like we've been, like, I feel like we are showing our spirit. Like, we are showing that
we have time now to, like, protest the right way and speak our minds out
the
and do it the right
timing
way.
could have been perfect.
Right.
Are you fucking serious?
But
like,
still be aware that there's corona and
yes.
keep your freaking distance.
Yeah.
So we do not need... I mean, they are saying there might be later on a second worse one. So people got to get it together and stay home.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad that they're opening up, but I'm not really going out. I'm just still doing my, go to the grocery store. I exercise at home. I go to, walk around outside a little bit. We hang out. I hang out with the same people.
Right.
But I'm not going back out into public
yeah,
right
exactly.
now. I'm like, let everybody else do that. You guys go to the clubs. You guys go back to work.
Hell no. Nobody want to go to a club with all sweaty asses dripping in it. Hell no.
I went to a restaurant the other day, and I was just like, I haven't eaten out during this whole time because it was just like,
I have.
Really.
I have.
Oh, wait, I had to talk about it with you. Or the day after with you. Whatever. Anyway, and it was just like, it was so surreal for me. You know what I mean? So, but I do think that, of course, I don't want to ever be a person who's like living in fear or anything like that.
Right, that's why I literally live my life to like the fullest even now. And I just, like she said, only hang out with the people I've been with.
Yeah.
Like within my family, the same people. I don't go out my way to go and... Yeah. I don't want no sweat on me. I don't want nothing.
I'm good.
I don't want anything, but... I do still just have fun and try not to think about it. So.
Yeah, because we got to. I mean, this is a new decade.
That's what I'm here.
Into, and that's what we're moving forward, and we're going to we got. I know, right? We got to move forward, and we got to like. I really feel like instead of it being that everybody's like 2020 sucks dick and this is horrible, I feel like 2020 is like
teaching you a lesson, humbling you.
You know what I mean?
Humbling us.
It's like this is what needs to be.
I needed this.
We needed this so bad. We needed the time off. We needed this systematic bullshit to be fucking dealt with. You know what I mean? And the aliens are next. So
oh my god, I said the same thing last week.
You know what I mean? Like,
that shit is no joke. Oh my gosh.
And when it happens,
oh my god. I don't
wait,
want no
aliens. Didn't the Navy come out with it? Didn't I read something that the Navy like admitted that they saw a UFO or something? Oh yeah, like that?
But they said that was older. They're just not releasing that. I think that's how it went. But I saw it that they spotted something in the sky.
Google it, baby.
And they didn't know what the hell it was.
Go
on YouTube. It has a video.
Oh snap! UFO Navy.
I know.
Oh look at! I love it. UFO Navy footage just came right up.
There are aliens. I know people.
Pentagon releases UFO videos filmed by U.S. Navy pilots. Oh yes, I think I've seen this from a while ago. So yeah, I mean, basically getting the full disclosure, we're not alone. And that means that, so everything that we're doing and going through, all of our little petty ass bullshit, maybe that's the reason why we're having to deal with it right now, is because full disclosure is coming. So, you better get over this shit, because if you can't get over this little bullshit, how are you going to deal with aliens?
I don't want to even think about that. Like, can I just go to Mars? Isn't it come on. They're already sending rocket ships up in space, right? So can I...
Yeah, we're just trying to take a little trip. That's all.
I don't want to be here. I don't.
Take a little trip. But you know what?
I don't feel like I'm on Earth. I really don't feel like this is like... It's just a different type of era right now. Like, it's like history is repeating itself,
No, I feel like this is like... Okay,
but with a learning lesson.
I feel like, okay, so we're going to go down the rabbit's hole just a little bit, right? So in all of this, like, studying and stuff like that, I think it's called astrophysiology, oh my goodness, I can't remember what it's called. But it's a study of like the science of the stars, and the heavens, right? Yeah. And anyway, so basically this guy, and he was saying that we're coming to, in the solar system, there's, I guess, this planet Sirius, or star Sirius. and it's like the brightest star. And basically that the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, that when it's moving away from Cyrus, that, you know, according to the calendar, we've experienced the dark ages, like all of the darkest parts of history have happened when we're moving away from the star. But that in 2012, that's what the Mayans were talking about, is that the galaxy actually turned the corner and we're moving towards Cyrus, which means that the upheaval that we're experiencing, all of these things that are all issues that we've swept underneath the rug, that we now have to deal with, because now we're moving into the golden era. And the golden era is when there's like truth and knowledge and all these wonderful things that are happening. You know, the Renaissance period, the golden era, all this other kind of stuff. So I'm, you know, it might sound like fairy tale, hoodoo, whatever, but I'm very hopeful, because when I first started finding out about this information, it was 2011 when I was doing this studying.
Yeah.
And so 2019, 2020 was so far away to me, you know what I mean? But now we're here and I'm seeing the upheaval and the things that we're going through, and I'm just kind of like, oh shit.
You know, it's crazy
what if that
too.
shit is real?
It's true, because when, like, back in 2013, I was dating this guy in the Bronx, and we were both into, like, watching YouTube videos, like, fucking, like, Illuminati shit, like, you know, shit like that you, want to learn, like, because it's crazy how shit goes around in the world like that. And it was talking about things that was going to happen in the future. Mm-hmm. And there's these, this game of cards, and it's basically based on what it predicts the future game. Yeah. So every card literally describes everything that either is going to happen or has happened, like the 9/11, the bombing,
I think I know what you're talking about.
The bombing in Boston, in the marathon, Trump being president, just different things. They even one showed with aliens, and I was like, is it that, you know, the alien, like, aliens are coming, or it's just how people are learning now the truth, or, you know, it's fucking crazy. So that's why I kind of believe in that. I'm not that skeptical,
but it's like we're in a galaxy and we're on this ball, you know, swimming in this universe. So I mean, I'm sure there's got to be other things. How the fuck
we got all this? Well, not all of us, but like, I'm really living through this with my kid. Everybody is. But, you know, I feel like it's been 100 years since the last pandemic. So, right.
I mean, I do feel Spanish like things happen. Yeah. I do feel like things do happen.
And they had to wear masks too and shit, because it was deadly. Yeah. And that's what, and when I went to the mall the other day, I'm like, it doesn't feel happy.
Everything was very closed. Interesting. When I went to the mall the other day to go get my mask, it was,
But they're opening up H&M tomorrow, so I'm excited. But it wasn't the same. Like, there wasn't a lot of people. People were making lines to get in the store with the mask. So it's like, imagine how the Spanish flu was back in the day.
But you know what, though? We're going to get through this, because we have a lot more medical, you know,
resources.
Exactly. Resources. We've expanded a lot. We've learned a lot. I mean, yes, things were not handled correctly, but some countries have gotten through, you know.
And we're going to get through it.
And I think that we're going to get through it too, you know. And I do think that it does speak very largely in volume, you know, how many of us went out, even though there is this pandemic going on, but people still went out in droves to go out and around the globe to go out and speak on the fact that it's time for human rights. It's time for everybody to have equal opportunity, no matter where you live, no matter what your age is, no matter what you believe in, no matter what you practice, you know. And I understand that right now this is about Black Lives Matter, but we all know that it's about all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about all of it. It's about all of the oppression that has been happening. And in my opinion, I just think that the world would definitely be a better place, and the rich would be more rich if people have opportunity. Like, if people are working and they have an opportunity to have a home and to pay their bills and have extra money, like, how is that a bad thing?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. So
equal rights for everybody. Equal rights for everybody.
And that's you know what?
That's it.
I feel like that's it. That's basically that's what we're screaming. And on that note, that's how we're gonna leave it. Equal rights for everyone.
Preach it.
Preach it. Preach it, girl. Preach it.
This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Hey there. So listen, I am so excited because my little baby is growing and I am just like, I'm feeling like a proud little parent over here. I'm talking about manifest beauty. It's been a phrase that I've been saying for quite some time. And whenever I would tell people that's a company name, they'd be like, what? But now when I say manifest beauty, people kind of understand. We're not talking about beauty aesthetics, but we're talking about when you take your life and you create beauty in the world, regardless of what has happened to you. There are some things I've picked up on, some patterns, some energies, some coincidences, timing, synchronicities, all of that good stuff that I noticed over the course of my life and would always talk about it with people and they'd be like, girl, you should put it in a book. Well, I did. So it's Manifest Beauty. Go online, check it out. If you're into consciousness, if you're into creation, if you're into manifesting, I got some real good gems in there for you so that you can show yourself that you are the bomb and that you are connected to source. So go online. It's on Walmart.com, Amazon.com, and a few other places that sell books as well. Manifest Beauty. Written by me, Sanja Denise.